What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eye Bright, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about some Daryl Dixon European show news. So spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, that's for sure. So for those who don't know, Daryl Dixon is getting his own show that will be on TV, AMC and AMC Plus in 2023. Well, we're guessing it's AMC. Probably definitely AMC Plus because that's their streaming service. They want to have that. But Norman Reedus talks to Entertainment Weekly and he gave us some news. And per Dalton Ross at entertainmentweekly.com, Norman Reedus says his Walking Dead spinoff will be effing epic. The man who plays Daryl Dixon explains why his French set series will be way different from the original show. So effing epic, hype train, but don't oversell it. While the Walking Dead show will be wrapping up with its series finale November 20th on AMC, the Walking Dead franchise is in many ways just getting started. That's crazy to think the show is ending, but it's just getting started. Like, that's the most backwards thing I've ever heard. But several spin-offs have already been announced to premiere in 2023 after the mothership finally lands after 11 seasons and 177 episodes. But according to the star of one of them, his new series will be following a brand new flight pattern. Norman Reedus is already over in France for production on his own Daryl Dixon spinoff that is not only a follow-up to The Walking Dead, but it also connected somehow to the mid-credits scene from The Walking Dead World Beyond finale, in which a scientist in an abandoned French lab was shot after watching videos from Dr. Edwin Jenner from season 1 of the original series about tests being done on variant walkers, variant cohorts that we'll see in the final season of The Walking Dead, the final part, the final 8 episodes. So the fact that Daryl is going to France has a lot of people concerned, like, this show is going to be dumb. It's going to be filler. It's not going to make sense. But that's just guessing. So hopefully it's awesome. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but I hopefully think it's decent. So will Norman Reedus go to this lab? Now, it's pretty cool, for those who don't know, the post-credit scene of The World Beyond, where Dr. Edwin Jenner, the videotapes, the recordings were previously shot. This was, some time ago. Talked about variant cohorts, and we'll see them on the show. France. But my question, and a lot of people's question, is how did Daryl get to this place? Was he kidnapped? Was he taken? Did he get there by accident? So AMC president Dan McDermott says the spinoff will follow Daryl as he wakes up and finds himself somewhere on the European continent and tries to piece together what happened. How did he get here? How is he going to get home? But from the way Reedus tells it, that was not the original plan. These talks about the spinoff had been going on for 2 years. 2 years! That's crazy, says Reedus. It was a good year before they announced that The Walking Dead was going to end, and over the course of time, it kind of changed directions multiple times. Well, yeah, Carol was supposed to be on the show. In fact, when it was first revealed on September 9th, 2020, that's crazy, 2 years ago, that The Walking Dead was ending, and there would be this new series, it was announced as a Daryl and Carol spinoff starring both Norman and Melissa. McBride eventually dropped out once the location changed to overseas, but it now appears we have not seen the last of a character either, with the actress Reedus and Gimple all telling Entertainment Weekly during reporting on our Walking Dead fall TV preview cover story that there is more Carol story to tell. Obviously, she's a very important character. Regardless, Reedus explains that his new show will not just be more of the same when it comes to following Daryl in the zombie apocalypse. In fact, it will feel like something completely on its own. We knew we wanted to make a show that went in the opposite direction, says the star, just because we didn't want to do the same thing, so that's what we're doing. And it's going to be way different. The story's way different, the characters are way different, there's a different tone, there's different light, there's a different sound. It's a whole different vibe. So I've said this before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't change this and change that and reinvent this and how about this and how about that and how about Daryl is super smart and he's this super aged guy. Keep Daryl being Daryl, right? But you can do things, carry things over. Now, Daryl going here to Europe, I guess here, but not here, makes us wonder how he got there. So if you break down the post-credit scene, this lady talks about Ohio in a conference there. Where's the Commonwealth? Ohio. So is Daryl kidnapped, taken from Ohio? Is this part of the Primrose team? Violet team? This team, that team, what is it connected with? And how did Daryl get there is the biggest thing. Is Jadis involved? CRM involved? What's going to actually be involved with Daryl going to Europe, and will it make sense? I hope so. And other questions like, does he have his crossbow? Is his dog with him? Is anybody with him? Why was he taken? Well, it's just so many questions up in the air, and I just hope it makes sense. But again, only time will tell. Obviously, the action taking place in Europe as opposed to the United States makes the new incarnation stand apart, but Reedus says it's not simply the French setting that will make the new series très magnifique. I've been going on location scouts here and stuff, but it's even more than just location. So Daryl's out scouting locations for filming stuff. Like, is he directing this too? Like, that's kind of crazy. But Daryl's very involved, which, I talked about this before. Like, he probably picked Europe to be there with his family. It just makes sense. It's all the things we love about those characters and those shows, but it's going to be brand new, which I'm excited about. As excited as the actor is for everyone to see the end of the series that launched him to stardom, he is just as pumped for everyone to enjoy Act 2 of his Daryl Dixon journey. Promises the star, this is going to be effing epic. So, Norman Reedus, Greg Nicotero, and a couple people in the Walking Dead universe are always talking up how great the season is. Oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so great. This is going to be amazing. So, I'm not going to buy the hype. Like, Daryl's going to say it's going to be effing epic. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan said the same thing about his show with Maggie. And I'm going to ask you guys the question, what would have to be done on the Daryl show and Dead City, the Maggie and Negan show, to be effing epic? Like, if it's just more of the same, that ain't effing epic. People would have to show up. CRM connections would have to be made. Plot holes would have to be filled in. This guy would have to show up. Michonne and I would have to show up. Fear the Walking Dead would have to be absorbed into these shows to be effing epic. But it's just big talk, building up that hype train. But we'll have to see how it plays out. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yeah, we